Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is Living the Moment. Amy and Ty find the ranch of their dreams, while Peter attempts to mediate when Georgie and Olivia come to blows. So, obviously, see, sometimes when you have bullies, they are just jealous because they hate themselves. And so they try to take it out on other people because they hate themselves. That's usually kind of what a bully is. So that's kind of what I'm guessing here with Olivia. Maybe she's jealous of Georgie. Because Georgie has people who decide to take advantage, take advantage of the situation and adopt her and love her. I could be completely wrong with that, but I have a feeling that it's, something to that effect. I like how it says Amy and Ty find the ranch of their dreams. So, as we know, they are engaged. They got engaged about halfway through season 6. So it's nice that there wasn't obviously much that has happened since. And of course, Jack's heart attack kind of probably slowed them down and derailed them. But one thing that I have wondered with this show, I mean, we know it's rated TV 14, so it can have some adult themes, and they have made implications about sex, like with Lou and Peter when she was talking about like the scandalous outfit, or when she was showing up, was going to show him that one, that I guess was pretty scandalous, that outfit, when his ex-wife showed up. And of course, the whole thing where she was worried about being pregnant before they were married. So there have been a couple of like hints and references to sex. We haven't ever really seen much about it, and it makes me wonder with Amy and Ty if we are to think that they have done something or not. And some might say, well, this is a family-friendly show, and I'm like, well, it's not really family-friendly, it's TV 14, because obviously they're not encouraging young people to watch it, which means there are some adult themes with it. And obviously, this isn't HBO or Netflix or anything, so we're not going to see anything. We don't need to see anything. Sometimes I think shows and stations go a little too far with sex and gratuitous sex and stuff. I think sometimes they just need to not, because sometimes just implying is enough. So I don't know with this if we are to assume that Amy and Ty, even though they're engaged, haven't slept together, or they have. Maybe that's something that comes up later, like on their wedding or something, where they discuss, it being her first time, or if it is her first time, stuff like that. So I wonder if that's something that will be brought up or not. And I don't know why I'm thinking about that. I guess just because when they met, she was 15 and probably had not really had any experience. He might have with Kit. I'm sure he probably did. But again, it wasn't anything that was really brought out or implied. So I don't know. I was just thinking about that. Anyways, let's get started. Peter's right, but she said about the thing about you not being my real father, and I'm like, that is technically correct. He's not her birth father. And I don't know, had I been Peter, I probably would have said something like that. I would have said, yes, I am not your birth father, but I am still your father because I love you, and That's why I have always said, like, adopted parents are real parents because they may not have given birth to the child, but they raise them. And depending on age, they heal their boo boos, they take them to soccer practice, watch them go to prom, stuff like that. And it's like those are parents. They stay up with them at night when they're sick. They, sign the report cards. They buy the school supplies and everything else. And those are people who wanted the child. And that makes them real parents. So it's like, they're referring to real parent as the birth parent. But Peter and Lou, they are her real parents because, yeah, they didn't birth her. But they're the ones who are going to raise her and love her. And she's what, 9, 10? So let's say she's 9, all right? We have 9 years before she's legally an adult, and a lot will happen in that time. There will be birthdays and Christmases and proms and summer camp and stuff like that, and that will all be them wanting to give her the experience. At the same time, though, Lou is a pushover. And, Georgie was mentioning about the birthday party and the spring thing with the horses. And Lou was wanting her to go, and Peter was like, no. And I'm like, I think Peter's right. Because children do things wrong, and he is right. They should be punished. Lou, I think, would let them basically run rampant. And Peter is right. And you can discipline a child and still prove that you love them. But obviously children need discipline because they need to know that they did something wrong. And for something like this, it's like, all right, Georgie, well, if you missed that birthday party, then maybe think about why you're missing it. Because of your actions, because of what you did, and maybe you'll think about that in the future. The next time a situation like that comes up, maybe you'll think, how is this going to come back on me? See, I think part of Peter's plan is if it goes well, if she talks to Olivia and it goes well and everything, that he's gonna unground her. Either completely unground her or that she can do the horse thing. Because she seems to have accepted she can't go to the party, but then, is begging for the horse thing, the spring horse show, more than the party, which tells you that she wants to do the horse show, obviously, more than go to the party. I think, though, he's going to unground her for both. But if he doesn't, then he'll unground her for the horse show. And in a way, I think that's a better idea because if you completely unground her, then she might start to get the impression that she just needs to apologize and, make some sad eyes, and she'll no longer be grounded and can get away with whatever she wants, which of course is not correct. So, but I do like the idea of some compromise, some give and take. So I could see Peter and Lou saying, yes, you are grounded and can't go to the party, but we are going to lift this one grounding part. We are going to lift this so you can do the horse show, but you can't go to the party. Because to me, that's a compromise. It's like they're letting her do one thing, but still, I think it would still teach her a lesson. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it would still teach her a lesson. And the whole thing about, think about it the next time you act. And Lou mentioned to Peter about hitting Caleb, and then he had commented about breaking that kid's nose and arm, and he never wanted to do that again. And then I commented that you hit Caleb, and he was provoked. And it just makes me wonder about that because, we had that last season, and I kind of like that it was brought up again. But the thing I wonder is, did Lou ever tell Peter that Caleb kissed her? I don't think she did. And like I said, I'm not completely convinced she didn't like it. But yeah, I don't think she did. I don't think she did tell him. Anyways, let's go on. Here they are out looking for the trucks again. That is a question they probably should have discussed before getting engaged. But I know they do end up having a daughter, so I like how she said boy or girl, and he said I'll be happy no matter what. It's a good way to kind of dodge the question. But yeah, Ty's getting ideas of having a couple of kids running around that ranch. Maybe he has a vet clinic there, because I like how he said your office, and she said or your vet clinic. I like how she was acknowledging him too with being a vet in the future. But yeah, it's like I could see him maybe having a little clinic there. Amy of course is working with the horses. There's a couple kids running around, and Lobo's there if they still have Lobo. I could see that, and I like how they were also excited running around that abandoned place. I don't know that they necessarily should have been, but it was nice seeing them happy because they've been through so much. So it's always nice when you see those two happy. Carrots up her nose. Lou, like I said, Lou is right that he does need to take care of himself, for himself, and for the family. She is right about that. But Amy is also right that she's treating him like an invalid, and you have to find a happy medium. At the time of this recording, I have older parents, 82 and 87. And my dad recently fell down the stairs. Luckily, he's okay. But he had like some, looks like a scab or what looked like dried blood to me up here on his head, and then like a bruising right here on his eye. And of course, it upset me. He's fine. He doesn't have any broken bones. They didn't call an ambulance or anything. And my dad is tough. 2 years ago, he had to have surgery and have some of his intestine removed. I think it was intestine. Because it had died. They took out like about 10 inches because it had died. And they said, had he come in like 12 hours later, or had he waited 12 hours later, he would have been dead. But he was 85 and having the surgery, and really no one believed he was coming out of that because of the odds, 85. But my father, he's strong, his soul is strong. He knew he was coming out of that surgery, and luckily he's here and fine. And he better stay that way. And they take care of themselves. But I get Lou's point that when you have an elderly parent or grandparent, the smallest thing can worry you and can freak you out. And that does happen with me. I do worry about it. Like when I mentioned it to my SO, he said something like, well, obviously he doesn't have a brain bleed or something because I found out about it a couple days after it had happened. He said, because, you know, if it was some sort of brain bleed or something that was slow, it would have taken effect by now. But they are the type that will take care of themselves. But, you know, as the children or the grandchildren in Lou's case, it is definitely something scary and something that does freak you the hell out. And sometimes the older people, the elderly people, sometimes they're like, we're fine. And maybe they are. But it's the children and the grandchildren who end up feeling the pain from it. So luckily my dad is okay, but I do still worry about it. And I worry about them every day. But stop treating him like he's a damn invalid. Hi, beauty.
There we go. That's good. You know, I gotta say, you handled yourself really well out there. And I'm pretty darn proud of you. Not just because you won either, you know, because you were a better person raising it over here.
Yeah, you were.
Our daughter.
How about that? I'm here.
The sign's gone. Gate's open. They're both like, damn. It'll only stay there a couple of years. By the time Ty's out of school, maybe it'll be available. Hi, what are you doing? Ah! The truck! You got Goldie.
Grandfather built this by pick a stone, honey. Heard the story, Jack. Georgie's probably heard it too. Just pick a stone.
Where's your jacket?
This one right here.
And is this one for you?
I think it's all yours.
And I declare this stone belongs to Miss Georgina Crowley Fleming Morris.
Fleming Morris.
It's a mouthful. Where's Ty? Why are you here?
Georgina
Actually,
Crowley Fleming Morris.
We have something to show you. Come on.
Yeah, is Ty good for? You got your Goldie back. At least be happy about that.
Georgie did it, huh?
They got Goldie back. I mean, I know she doesn't work, and I know he said it's sentimental because Lindy gave it to him. But, you know, I don't know. He made a valid point about memories, you know, about how the memories can't be taken away even if the truck is gone. He will still always have the memories of Lindy giving it to him, his memories with Lindy. I mean, look, Lindy's gone. And so I think that's one reason why he holds on so tightly to that, because of Lindy. But, so it was nice that, yeah, you did see him kind of move on. And he was, you know, he said, Tim said something reasonable, and Tim was right. You do sometimes have to let go of the past and let go of things. You sometimes do. And Georgie's last name, Georgina Crowley Fleming Morris. Like, Jesus, that is a mouthful. Can you do like Georgie C. Fleming Morris? Because I think of when she's in school, she's gonna have all those names. And when she gets married, it's like Georgina Crowley Fleming Morris so and so. Like, ugh. Could sound like a law firm or something. But I like how when they said, "Signs have delivered, you are officially our daughter." I like how she just was tearing up as she was hugging them. It reminded me of this one really tear-jerking video, which I'm going to tear up at. And it was this little girl opening her birthday presents, and the last one was the adoption papers. And you just saw her just start crying and hugging her foster parents because she was officially theirs, you know. And what Olivia was saying is, I'm like, you know what? Georgie did still show herself as the better person because she approached her, she told her she rode well, she, stuck her hand out, which Olivia accepted. She was being the better person. Olivia made those cracks, those snide cracks, fine. Olivia's the one who comes up looking bad in that situation. Georgie, of course, does not. And even though that ranch sold, maybe a child find something else. But I like how they were so excited about it, And it was nice meeting that new doctor who, of course, Tim has the hots for. So thank you for joining me for this reaction. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. If you're watching this on YouTube, then please hit the notification bell to be alerted of future Heartland Reacts and also other videos as well. If you can support me on Buy Me a Coffee, the link is in the description. And I'll see you next time. Bye.